Okay, so here's a topic that can turn you into a wealthy individual. And I've wanted to make a video on it for a long time because I realized most people don't talk about it. Even amongst a lot of entrepreneurs that I know, many of them are unaware of it or just simply don't have the self-discipline to practice it. I picked up this secret years ago out of this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's one of the last chapters in the book and it's changed many lives. Now, amongst those who have heard of this secret, it can be a bit controversial, but I want to tell you guys my take and my experience on it. First of all, the secret is semen retention. When I first heard about it, I was confused. I didn't even know what semen retention was, but when I practiced it, it changed my entire world. My whole aura, my personal universe around me began to shift, and it was something that was so hard to explain to most people, but I'm gonna explain it to you today. So one, what is semen retention? This is for the guys and girls. You guys should be aware of this because you want to date a man who does practice this, or at least is self-aware enough to know the power and effects of his own body and what it produces. Semen retention is the practice of abstaining from ejaculation. Okay, so in a man's body we produce sperm or semen. And semen is really powerful life force energy. Think about it. When we release this into a woman, it can create a life that can go out and create a world of its own. That life can produce more life. So do you think that there's life in our seed? Now, when you do ejaculate, how do you feel? Obviously, you feel relief. Obviously, you feel at ease. But also realize that you feel tired. That's why a lot of men jack off to go to sleep. Maybe they're stressed from work. Maybe life is stressful. Maybe they're overwhelmed. And when you turn on your phone and watch porn and jack off, you feel relief. You feel relaxed. You feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more sluggish, a little bit more brain fog, a little bit more drained. Now, have you ever thought what happens when you do not ejaculate for a while? Did you know most athletes, before a fight or a big game, their coaches specifically tell them do not ejaculate for maybe up to 6 months before your performance? I've studied this for years and I don't know everything, but let me tell you my conclusion on it and what I found out. When you don't release your seed, the energy recirculates through your body, through your chakra system, up your spine, and it circulates through your body. When you have this life force continuously circulating through your body, it begins to brighten and strengthen your aura. And I mean, your skin gets better, your hair gets better, your nails grow faster. You feel more clear-minded, you feel more solid in yourself. And you guys know that feeling. If you're jacking off too much and you're tired or you're drained and you feel a little bit more sluggish, you know the difference between feeling solid in yourself and feeling weak and lethargic. So anyways, you feel more solid in yourself, you feel more powerful, you feel like you're not walking around putting women on a pedestal above yourself, which gives off total simp, incel energy of, oh, you're up there, I'm down here. And trust me, women can feel that. Women know which men to prey on with that, which men they can manipulate, take all your money, belittle you, emasculate you, you'll accept it, all for the hopes of getting some attention from a woman. A lot of women have personal brands and you are their target audience, and they know you have no self-control over your sex glands. They know you cannot harness your energy, your sexual energy, into creating something great for yourself, into providing real, authentic value to the world. They know that you do not radiate the energy of someone that's not to be fucked with, someone who is clear, someone who has a mission, a purpose, someone who is not afraid of other people's opinion of them, someone who is creating their own reality. So if you aren't aware, we are magnetic beings. We have an auric field that is attracting people, circumstances, environments, and material objects to us. We are manifestors. So when you have that sexual energy circulating in yourself and that energy is built up and you have a vision or a goal, you are able to attract that and manifest it and magnetize it to yourself even more, like 10x, and you can feel it. And it's so hard to explain because some of the best things in this world are free and invisible. You can't see it. You can't see a thought. To the untrained eye, you can't see an aura. You can't see a belief system. You can feel it. You can see the effects of it. It's kind of like you can't see wind, but you know it's there. You see the effects of it. So anyways, you just feel so powerful, so unstoppable. It's just mind-blowing. Your perspective, your confidence, your energy, everything changes. I want to tell you guys about my experience with this. And before, I used to be embarrassed to talk about it because a lot of my opinions are unpopular opinions because I don't really think with the crowd or with the herd. So I'm usually a bit unorthodox and some of my ideas can seem way out there. But let me explain my experience with you guys. So I found this out and I thought that pretty much makes sense. this is rooted in some type of logic. I felt it. I'm really intuitive, so I kind of weed out a lot of the bullshit that I hear with things that really feel like this information is here to serve me or add real, genuine value to my life. So I tried this. I went 90 something days, 3 months, without releasing my seed at all, looking at any kind of nude content or following sexy Instagram models. And what I noticed was you obviously get horny. Your body produces sperm because in our DNA, we're all rooted to recreate, procreate. But when you're harnessing this energy intentionally and you feel the urge that you need to ejaculate or have sex, but you discipline yourself into saying no, you feel so vital. It feels like you're kind of jittery or jumping. It can kind of feel like you're anxious or something. But when you give yourself a task or a goal to put that energy toward, you feel much more disciplined. You feel much more laser focused. You can feel the energy flowing through you toward your task or the purpose that you have set out for yourself. I think I really started to feel the effects about a month and a half. It was really interesting. So my mind began to get much more clearer, sharper. I guess natural pheromones begin to radiate off me. I had to research this stuff. Okay, let me tell you what happened. So about a month and a half, I go to the mall and I'm literally looking around. I feel the sun on me. Like, I know we always feel the sun, but I'm so present. I feel the sun. I feel so in harmony with the nature around me. I'm appreciative of the birds. I'm appreciative of the trees. I literally would break down crying some days on the walk. I felt so in harmony, so in tune with life. I go to the shoe store that a buddy I grew up with worked at, and there was this beautiful girl in there, and she was in there with her mother. I walked past them. I said what's up to my friend, and I cannot make this up. The mother walked up to me and told me that her daughter thought I was extremely attractive and that her daughter was a dancer. She started telling me about her life and that they liked my style and how I carried myself. She gave me her number. She would message me like cute selfies of herself and send me things that said, oh, I'm a little trophy wife, haha. She would always tell me how amazing she thought I was. I have a lot of different projects, so she would read some of my books she purchased. She listened to the music I had on Apple Music and Spotify. She bought some stuff from my clothing brand. And I was like, okay. On my way out the store, there were 2 other ladies sitting down, started giggling when I walked by. And my buddy Josh was like, it seems like the lady's loving you today, man. And I couldn't explain what I felt. I felt like I wasn't really walking in a desire to, oh, I want to get their attention, or, oh, they're so bad, or, you know, they're up here and I'm down here. And the compound effects of this just kept going. When I talked to other men, I felt myself pouring wisdom, pouring information, pouring value into them. And they would call me and be like, hey man, I really appreciate you, or I was going through suicidal thoughts, or, you know, I really needed your strength. I really needed someone there because I felt like I have nobody around that's telling me the truth, man. That's not afraid to tell me the things I really need to hear. It began to make me want to study more about myself. How does my mind work? How does my subconscious mind work? What is energy? How does my chakra system work? If I could magnetize crazy scenarios and events to myself, what if I got intentional? I remember making a vision board. I made a vision board and scared myself. So at the time, I was still in like big dreamer mode, to where I dreamed about extra stuff. You know, like when you're younger and you're like, I could dream big, you think about, I want a million cars and all these girlfriends or whatever, before you learn that quality is over quantity and simplicity, and you really want a business with great system and processes that align you to people who are in harmony with you and that you can impact well. But anyways, I was still on that. So I was like, I want a warehouse that has go-karts, and I want a whole bunch of those Chuck E. Cheese balls. Believe me or not, I promise you, my friend, this girl that was so rude when I was younger, like horrible personality, horrible energy, just snarky, was jealous of all the pretty girls and always had something negative to say. She had messaged me on Instagram and said, hey DJ, I like what you're doing. I like the information you're putting out. And I wanted to tell you that when I was younger, I was a really shitty person, but I was going through a lot at home. And pretty much she was starting an organization that helped women get out of abusive situations. And she said that her boyfriend was also a dreamer and was building his own brands. And she wanted me to meet him. On the way down to Hollywood, I met him and it was amazing. He was working with some famous artists at the time. I stayed with them. He showed me a bit about marketing and branding. and I got a message from my friend Lindsay. Now, Lindsay was more in the Hollywood scene. She knew a lot of celebrities. She knew a lot of different people. And she had messaged me when I was with them and said, DJ, I need you to come down and meet my friend Jojo. Jojo's a film director, and he also acts in some of his own productions. And you guys just have such a similar vibe. I think you would really like him. So I'm like, okay, where? She sends me some address. I go and I bring the people I'm with. I'm like, you guys want to roll with me? They're like, sure. It's a warehouse, right? There is go-karts, like toy go-karts in this warehouse. I cannot make this shit up. And I say, okay. He says, oh, what's up, man? I'm Jojo. I see, I've seen some of your skate videos. I've seen some of your, some stuff from your brands, man. You're really cool. I'm like, hey, what's up with the go-karts? He was like, yeah, man. I can't make this up, his exact words. Some rich guy paid this building up for a while and wanted this actor to use it and build something with it, but he ended up blowing up and doing something else, and then he ended up meeting me and said, well, just do something with it, create something. He's like, it's paid up for the next 7 years. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man. So I was like, can I ride the machine? So I'm riding around the store. It had a storefront in the front and a big warehouse in the back with a music studio. So I'm like, okay. I walk upstairs, see one of the offices, they're all empty. Or some guy comes, pulls up in a big truck with all these plastic bags. Where can I drop this off? Jojo says, upstairs in one of the offices. I'm standing in the damn office. The guy opens up the bag and starts spilling a bunch of those Chuck E. Cheese balls in there. I said, come on, man. Come on. I didn't tell anybody about my vision board until later, but I said, come on, man. I walked down there. I told Jojo, I said, what's up with the balls? He said, oh, I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from. I guess maybe someone who also creates out of here ordered them. I'm like, what in the world? Like, what is happening? It scared me. I literally was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, you're cool. Like, good to meet you. We'll keep in touch. I ended up going home. That whole month, everything happened. I got offered to host a show. I did a little mini school tour, bringing kindness awareness to children. And I'm just like, what is going on? All these opportunities, all this stuff. The girl who was my best friend for 8 years, and we've been together 3 years now. We were just friends, but she was like, I want to hang out with you. I want to, she was acting a little bit more flirty, kind of like she liked me. She was like backstage at the show that I was hosting. I was trying to explain this to her. I was like, I feel invincible. Like and I've always been a pretty confident person, so it was hard for her to wrap her head. She was like, yeah, you always say like you can do anything. I'm like, no, like, and I told her, I was like, I've been doing this no-fap or semen retention thing I read in this book for like 2 months. Feel like my mind and my heart and my energy, my spirit is so powerful. Like, and I'm drawing these things to me. She's like, oh yeah, really? Okay. And I was just like, okay. And I tried to tell some of my guy friends, they're like, ah, yeah, like, okay. And I was like, all right. And then when I talked to a few of my richer friends, they were like, oh yeah, I know. And I was like, okay, so there's something to this. But anyways, the longest I've ever gone was about 3 months. And since there, I never overdo it. Maybe I'll balance it out, maybe like once every few weeks or something like that with my partner. I'm getting ready to shoot for a 5-month streak and just see how I feel internally. Because I'm looking to manifest and draw this complete world around me that's simplicity, organization, systemized. Everyone around me in my vortex is very clear about who they are, what they do, and have some type of integral service around them. That's all I want around me. So I need to organize and optimize my life even more. I need to systemize my life even more. I need to have even more clarity and direction. I need to make my intentions even more clear. Everything about my life needs to be written out, structured, planned. I need to have an intention for every part of my life, and I need all that energy to create this world that I intend. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Take what you will. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what's right or wrong for you. I'm not pushing any kind of message, narrative, or agenda on anyone. I'm just telling you something that I have noticed and experienced for myself. I think that it's a huge key to something that taps you into a higher frequency, a very high power, a high level of connection within yourself and the source that I believe that we're all connected to, whether you call that spirit, energy, God, universe, or whatever that looks like and sounds like to you. But I do know it exploded a world of opportunity, clarity, vitality, and power within me. So I just wanted to share that message. And yeah, this message was just really important for me to get out. So I'm not even gonna put a call to action on this video, tell you guys to book nothing. Just take what you can with that information. I just want that out there. All right, God bless you guys. Have a great day.